Okay, 24th of October, this is the first colony. I've just closed up or put the boxes all back again. I reversed the second and first boxes, so this is now the lowest box, the first one, and it has the most eggs in it. I don't know where the queen is. That doesn't particularly matter right now. And the second one has sort of a lot of empty space, a little bit of pollen. The third one is stuffed with capped off honey, and that's great. Actually, some of that is from previous years that I gave to these bees. And then the top here is the feeder, and you can see that bees are already coming up to feed. Again, I find it pretty interesting, this one with the pollen on her back legs. That orange stuff, that's pollen, and when they go to a flower, they have a way of sort of storing this in some sacs that are on their back legs. It's really awesome. They're called pollen sacs. So she's still out getting pollen, obviously right now. That's probably from this morning. This syrup here is leftover commercial syrup that came with the bees earlier this year. When you buy the bees, you get a can of syrup that's already mixed up. I never used it, and I actually had some from previous years, so instead of throwing it out, I decided to just use it. But usually I mix up my own, and these trays will hold 10 pounds of white sugar dissolved into an equal volume of water. So it's quite a lot. This is a lot less than that. What I will do is see what they do with this, and then I'll come back maybe Wednesday or Thursday and add the new amount if they've eaten it already. But you can see they're really feasting. Obviously they're quite hungry because they're all up here drinking these giant blobs of syrup on the edge of the feeding tray. And pretty soon some of them are already in here, but pretty soon all of them will end up in here. They can't swim, so they need to be on these floats. These are wooden floats with a plastic mesh sort of that they can stand on. And as they drink the syrup, these things go down, of course, like a float does. So it's quite ingenious, and this is one way of providing nourishment to the bees after you do your honey harvest. Incidentally, you're not allowed to, here at least in Maryland, I think in the United States in general, it's illegal to sell honey that in fact has sugar in it or any kind of sweetener. It has to be pure honey, and for this reason I can't do any of this kind of stuff before the harvest in July or August, and it also isn't needed then. So this activity of feeding them starts in September, October, and maybe in November if it's warm enough. So that's it for this hive. I'm going to go into my big one now and see how they are doing.